Teenagers. You can't live with them, you can't live without them, but sometimes they're like a bad dream. See what I mean?
It gets tedious, doesn't it? Adults say no, kids say
yes.
Never mind the subject.
You've planted a radish, and suddenly, around 13, you've got a kumquat, an ornery kumquat.
And this is nothing new. It's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. Even back in the prehistoric days when the first teenager asked his dad to borrow the dinosaur to take his date to the prom.
William Shakespeare knew all about teenagers. Look at Romeo and Juliet and all the trouble they had to go through with their parents.
Oh, I love that play. It's so sad.
It's too sad. But Shakespeare liked to make fun of teenagers too, and their dreams.
Their Midsummer Night's Dreams, perhaps? Summer lovin' had me a blast. Summer lovin' happened so fast.
Okay, wrong play. This isn't Grease the musical. This is ancient Greece.
But don't let the Tougas fool you. Most of the characters in A Midsummer Night's Dreams are people you would recognize in your own school hallways.
Just look at these guys.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I don't love you. Ever see 4 more obvious teenagers than this?
And you know the popular girl and guy that are dating at school but constantly argue and make a scene in the halls?
Come on, babe, instead of a sorry.
That's too bad. We're through?
Fine, have it your way.
Fine.
That's Oberon and Titania, the king and queen of the forest.
Then there's a character named Puck. He plays practical jokes on people. Kind of like the Glass Clown.
Hey, babe. I got a million of them.
I'm sure you do.
Hey, there's something on your toga.
What? Where?
There.
Get lost.
Puck is joined in the forest by a bunch of fairies who hang out with Titania, queen of the forest.
Sort of like those girls who spend more time in the bathroom doing their makeup than going to class.
Do we have to, like, memorize lines?
A few.
You mostly just have to look good and wear those pretty costumes.
Cool.
Then there's a group of well-meaning but dopey takers and tailors who want to put on a play.
What a bunch of idiots. That's a compliment, guys.
So what's next?
The grown-ups.
Ooh. Tell you what, let's us play them. Because you see, there's basically 3 of them, and basically 3 of us. It fits like a glove.
There's Egeus, father of that teenager over there, Hermia. You can do that, Anna.
I'm a girl?
Duh. Listen up, will ya? It's a Millennium Crash Tender thing.
Oh.
Just talk in a deep voice and act like you have a lot of opinions, but are essentially clueless.
Yeah, I got that.
There aren't any mothers in this play, or would make one of your dads play them. We take no prisoners.
So, Jess, you and I will play Duke Theseus and his about-to-become wife, Hippolyta, right?
Right, I'll do the girl.
Let's not take this Millennium cross-gender thing too far.
Okay, I'll play Duke Theseus, and I'll play him well.
Are we ready?
Yep. Places, everyone. All right, I'm about to become Duke Theseus, and Kaitlyn here is my about-to-be wife, Hippolyta. Just as we're getting ready to celebrate and get married, in comes this annoying father dragging in his teenage daughter. You remember teenagers, don't you? Mind of their own.
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. This man hath bewitched my child by moonlight, with rings, trifles, sweet meats, turned her obedience to stubborn harshness. If she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be to this gentleman, or to her death, according to our law.
Now that's harsh. Can you believe that? If you disobeyed your father, you could be killed, legally. What say you, fair Hermia? Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander. I would my father look but with my eyes. I do entreat your grace to pardon me. But what is the worst that may befall me if I refuse to wed Demetrius?
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires.
So will I die, my lord.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, on that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazy title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Marry him. I'm beloved of beauteous Hermia. Demetrius made love to Helena and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I've heard so much. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up to death or a vow of single life. Well, that'd curl your hair, wouldn't it? What a bunch of choices. Marry a man who makes you want to swallow glass, become a nun, or die. Hot diggity!
Still, teenagers can squirm at almost anything. Watch.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well be teeming from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history. Of course, a true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross too high to be enthralled too low.
or else misgraft in respective years,
Oh, spite dual to be engaged too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Hey kid, watch your language. We're trying to keep a G rating here.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night that, in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Let us teach her trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as do to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, which is in tears per fancy's followers.
A good persuasion, therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house removed 7 leagues. She respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us.
So much for her dad's wishes. She's out of there.
If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May, there shall I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with a golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's dove, and by that knitted souls and prosperous love, and by that fire which burneth Carthage queen, when a false Troyan under sail has seen, and by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever woman spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love.